Hey everyone, this is Mei Yu and welcome to Tutorial Thursday. Last week I showed you how to draw a male body and a female body step by step. Thank you for supporting with your likes and shares. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a human manga anime Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's step by step. For other advanced drawing tutorials you can see this playlist. For easier drawing tutorials you can see this. And for my cute and easy Fun2draw tutorials you can see this playlist. I hope my different art can help you in different ways. Okay, first I'm going to start with a circle for the head. So just a nice round shape like that to start. And of course it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle or anything, I just need something round for the skull. And then let's go into the lower part of the face. So I'm drawing a line going down from the circle. And now I want to go at an angle down like this. So this is creating a longer face for the character. And this is how I like to design him for this tutorial. So we have this kind of bent line, and then let's go across just a little bit. So right here is the chin. He's gonna have a nice strong chin like that, and then let's go up towards the side of the face, and then let's draw the jaw area. Let's make this circle a little bit bigger. It's always a good idea to keep adjusting your proportions as you go along your drawing. Okay, so we have basically the roundness of the skull and this kind of shape for the lower part of the face. Okay, once we have that, let's go into the details of the face. So I'm drawing this middle line going down, and because he is kind of turned slightly towards the side, this middle line is going to turn with the face. This bit is just for the eyebrow ridge. Okay. From this point, let's draw a line like that. So this is going to be the top eye line, and the bottom eye line will be quite close. This is a little bit different from some of the other anime manga drawings that I've done in the past, where I have a bigger gap between these two eye lines. Because of this character, I want his eyes to be smaller, more narrow, maybe more serious or mature looking. That's why I'm going to have a smaller gap between the two eye lines. Okay, so we have basically the guidelines done for the face. Let's follow the middle line, and I'm going to draw his nose starting as a slanted little line between the top eye line and it meets the middle part of the face. And now I want to go out so this line is quite long compared to the first line I drew for the nose. And then let's go back in. So it'll point towards the middle line again. And then for this tutorial, I think I'm going to draw a little nostril as a small line. Okay, so we have the nose all done, and now for the mouth. For Foxy, I want to make him kind of smirking, like he knows he's so cool. So let's draw the mouth as a line that goes across the middle line. You can see there's just a little distance between the bottom of the nose and the mouth line. Let's draw a nice long line going slightly up. Like that, and then go back like this. And I do want to emphasize a little bit of the lower lip, so let's draw something like that. Okay, once you have the nose and the mouth, let's go ahead and erase the middle line. Okay, now that I'm looking at his facial features, I want to make his face a little bit wider at the bottom. So something like that. There we go. Okay, now for the eyebrow and the eye on this side, I want to give him a cool expression to go along with this smirk. So I'm starting with a little curve. This is not for the eyebrow, this is kind of like a crease by the eyebrow. And then I'll start the eyebrow itself as another curve close by. And I'll use this top eyeline as a guide. So I won't follow exactly, but it'll just be like a guideline for me. I'll go up. And then I'll go down. So the eyebrow is going to be quite thick, and I'll draw it again to make the thickness. Once we have this eyebrow, I'll go into this eye. So I want to make the eye more narrow compared to some of the other anime tutorials I've done before. Because I think for this character, I think narrow eyes would suit him better for this drawing that I want to do. Okay, so let's draw the narrow eye like this. So I have a little line and then a longer line like that. And then maybe I won't follow this exactly. I think I do want to keep the eye more narrow than the distance of the two eye lines here. So let's bring up the bottom like this. So I have a line going across and then up at an angle. And here comes the lash line. And then I'll color a little bit of this corner dark. And then obviously the pupil and the iris will be quite small because of the space. So I have these two slightly curved lines. For the highlight, I want to try something a little bit different this time. Instead of drawing a shape that's contained within the iris lines, this time I want to draw a highlight that goes outside. And I have seen some anime and manga characters' eyes designed like this, and I think it looks pretty cool. Especially for certain types of characters or for certain situations. So I think for this tutorial I like to try the same. So this highlight kind of goes across like that. I think I want to make it a little bit longer because I want it to go into the pupil a little bit. So here comes the pupil right here. This small little circle. I'll shade it in so you can see it better. Okay, so just like that. Let's angle the eyebrow down a little bit more. I want to give him more attitude. I mean, this is pretty good, but I think we can push it a little bit. There. So now I'm making the eyebrow touch the top part of the eye. Okay, once we have this eye done, I'll erase the guidelines and the circle. Okay, cool. So we have the one side. For the other side, let's get in the eyebrow first. So it's going to be coming down from the little eye ridge that I made before. And come right down towards this part of the bridge of the nose. Okay, so we'll start right around there. And you could get in a basic shape for the eye if you want, like a little rectangle shape like this. But the reason why I don't want to draw the details for this eye is because he's going to have his eye patch over on top. Just erase some of the lines here. Okay, so for the eye patch, let's draw like a line going across and then a curved line going down like that. I won't make it too big because I want to keep it small for more serious look. And then I'll go up like that. And it'll be slightly curved. It won't be like a straight line because his head is like a, you know, it's round and curved. So I want to show the contour of the surface. Okay, and then it's just disappearing. We won't have to worry too much about where it's going because now let's just draw a bunch of cool hair and then it's going to cover where this is leading to. Alright, now for Foxy's hair, I want to make lots of nice hair for him. So let's draw a line going down like that to start. So like a curved long letter V. Okay, I'll draw another curved line going out like this. So for my human Foxy for this tutorial, I want to give him lots of cool hair coming down like this. And let me just map out the general shape so then we kind of get an idea of the hairstyle before we go into too many details in case we want to modify something. Okay, so he's got lots of hair on the front, and let's see, let's draw some cool hair coming down the side. And I do want to take into consideration of Foxy's, like the original Foxy's triangular shape for the sides of the face, and because he's a human, obviously I can't do that with the bone structure, so let me mimic that with the hair. If you want to see me how to draw Mango as a human, as how I see Mango, you can check out this video, and that can give you some ideas on how to draw different characters in different ways. Okay, so I'm going down here, and let's draw a point. Oh, there we go. Oh, Foxy's looking so cool. Let's draw this curve tighter so I can get the point bigger. There we go. Like that. And then let's just draw the other side like that. Okay, I'm not done yet with basic shapes on his head. I do want to give him some cute little ears like this just because I do think they do play an important role in his character design, so I'm going to put them in. I think it's cute. So I have this little triangle for one ear, and then I'll draw the other side like that. Okay, so basically we have the basic shapes of the different groups of hair around his face and also his cute little fox ears. Now I want to get into just a little bit on this side of the face. It kind of looks too bare right now, so I want to get in a basic group of hair just to fill in this part. Okay, Foxy's looking pretty cool. So we have all of the necessary basic components. mapped out for the hair. Let's go in to give it more life. So I have these smaller pieces coming out or being cut out from the major shapes that I drew before. Let's draw another big clump like this. There we go. I'll just add a few more of these smaller details in the hair. Maybe add a little piece coming out right here, just to make him look more hairy. Okay, I'll shade in this here so you can see it better. I'll shade in the eyebrows too so you can see these better as well, and also gives more focus to this area of the face. Okay, so once we have Foxy's face done, let me go into a little bit of the body. Okay, so let's imagine his head is like a circle like here, and then the neck would be attached like that. And obviously I have to erase some of the lines in the hair because it has to come from the back part of the neck, not in front of it. Okay, and then here let's draw a thicker neck. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good thickness. Ooh, let's make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Okay, and then his throat. Sometimes I like to draw this for my male characters, sometimes not. It really depends. If you like to, go ahead. If not, you can just leave this line. But almost always I'm going to draw this line, which is going to represent a major muscle in the neck. So I think drawing this line really helps make the character look more realistic. Okay, now let's go into just the upper body. Let's erase that line here. So I'm going to draw the basic structure of the body first, and then we'll put on some really interesting fancy clothes for Foxy. Okay, so he's got his shoulder, maybe right here. And then let's just map out very, very roughly a chest. So maybe that's the middle line for the chest. And this will be the outer part. And if you want more help with drawing different bodies, you can see my recent Tutorial Thursday video. And I hope that helps you guys with the different structures and components of the body. Okay, so we have the basic shape of the body done. I do want to add one more thing. So his arm is kind of going down, and then I want it raised up again to show his hook. So let's draw a curve like this. So I have a little curve and then a slightly stretched out curve to make it look like a half circle. And I'll just make a really simple hook. I'll summarize the details. So here is the base, and then from these two lines I'll draw like a letter C. Curve here, and then make it wider, and then just come down. So basically it's just a big, like, sharp looking C with two lines coming down. I'll draw some of these diagonal lines, and then when I ink this drawing later, I'll ink these lines as well to make it look like they are highlights going across the middle part of the hook. Actually, here comes another highlight for the base. So two curved lines. Okay, and then this is actually part of his sleeve that I'm going to design. So you can see a little bit of it coming down. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, good. So we have the body. Okay, excellent. So now let's just dress up Foxy like a proper pirate. Well, there are many ways you can do this, but I think for this tutorial I'm going to draw him wearing this kind of outfit. So I have a jewel here in the middle, so highlight. From this jewel I want to draw the collar. Oh, looks like a necklace, but not for too long. So this collar comes out, down, it meets this shoulder line, comes down here, and then goes up. I'll do the same thing on this side. And then of course it will go wrap itself around the back of the neck. Okay, so once we have the collar done, let's draw the front part of his outfit. So from this jewel, I want to draw two curved lines coming down, and then I'll kind of, it's not really a tie, but it's more like a piece of fabric that's in front. I think it looks quite fancy. And I'll draw a few of these folds inside. And then I'll draw another line coming down to meet this part, and plus another one coming down to meet the other side. Okay. Once we have those lines, let's go down the shoulder a little bit, and then I want to draw a big piece of fabric coming down on either side. Okay, once we have those, now let's go in to some of the spaces that we drew before and just decorate them. Maybe make a nice trim like this, or add more details to make his clothes look more fancy, rich, luxurious, because I think pirates, they have some serious style. So let's go in and make him extra fancy. Like that. So I'm just doing a fancy little trim around the collar, and you can experiment and come up with your own designs. Different shapes, patterns, it's up to you. Okay, so we have his front all done, and now for the sleeve area, I'll do something similar like the trim here, right around this area of the sleeve. Just a simple, nice simple design. Maybe he's got like a brass button on the sleeve, like right here. And then I'll draw a little fold in the fabric to make it look soft. Okay. Alright, so I think Foxy's looking pretty cool. So this is how you can draw him. And now I'm going to go over the drawing with my inking. Okay, so I have my brush pen. I'm going to use this to ink the lines. And if you want to see how I ink step by step in real time, you can see this tutorial video. But for Foxy, I'll just go over the inking stage quite quickly. Okay, so that's how you can draw a cool anime manga human Foxy step by step. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know how you feel about it. And thank you for supporting art at my Fun2draw channel with your likes, subscribes, and by sharing my videos with your friends and social media. I'll see you every week on Tutorial Thursday and Fun Friday. Alright, there you go.